Hello and welcome to another update video. Yesterday I updated the gold TA and a lot of requests for an updated silver TA. Well, again, I never actually talked about silver before on this channel, so it's kind of new. So I can't claim I knew it all months ago, because it is the first time I really look at silver. However, the gold forecast worked out very well, and I believe silver is usually working in line with gold, the TA would have given you similar forecasts earlier in the year when I made my gold TA and when we talked about the $1,700 level to be reached for gold. Let's take a look at where we are with silver. At silver, we are in a little bit of a different wave count. So if you're interested in a comparison, check out my gold video that I updated yesterday. This here is silver. We start at the higher level wave count. This is the weekly chart, and we start here basically at the low of 2008. Which I believe was a major swing low, and we then started our move in an impulsive wave one. Within, you can find 5 waves. It's a clear impulse, and that high was around $49. We then came down in what I believe was a large wave 2 that works very well with the expected Fibonacci retracement levels. You can see it's a very high level wave count. Yeah, and you can see that this was crashing down from 49 and from 49 all the way down to let me double check that on a second. Just did that the wrong way around. So here, so we crashed all the way down to the 88.7% Fib level. Now it's always interesting because a lot of people are talking about, you know, Bitcoin crypto is going to be dead and everything, while Bitcoin hasn't even reached that 88.7% Fib level in its wave 2. And I would doubt that it will ever reach it. It is at 10.6K, but I talk a lot about that in my Bitcoin videos on my main channel, More Trading, More Crypto Online. But nobody talked about silver being dead here. Yeah. So it's just what an asset normally does in a wave 2. At least a highly volatile asset, and silver is more volatile than gold. So you can expect these levels to be reached in a wave 2. Generally, it's always the area between the 88.7% and the 78.6% Fib level. When an asset has adopted a certain behavior, so let's say when an asset is usually coming down in a higher level wave correction to the 88.7% Fib level, then it tends to do that in the future as well. You know, they tend to remain focused on their Fibonacci levels that they have adopted. It's different from market to market, but silver is quite volatile. But anyway, this is the past, 1 and 2. I believe we had here in March 2020 in the next swing low, which was another wave 2, and we are now in a wave 3. This allows us to calculate the higher level targets for a next wave 3, in which we now are, but it will take years to work out. It will take years to work out. You can see how long, well, that didn't actually take that, well, it did take long. So we're basically in this wave degree here, just looking at that at the moment. 1, 2 in white, we would now be in the wave 3 according to this analysis. And this would allow us to go to the wave 3 within a few years, probably, because this wave 1 worked out from November 28 to May 2011. So it took a few years, yeah. And this wave 2 corrections usually take longer than the impulses, because they are correcting the movement that is with the trend. So this was with the trend, therefore much stronger, much faster. And the correction in the wave 2 is a corrective wave as per the Elliott wave rules. They normally take much longer. You can see it here with this one too as well, that we talk about in a minute. But we can it allows us to calculate price targets for the wave 3, and I do that while we are here on the weekly chart. So we can look at this from we pick that trend-based Fib extension tool. We start at the low here that we made in 28. We go to the high of the wave 1, we go to the low of the wave 2, and that allows us to calculate an ideal price level for the wave 3. That would be the 1.618 Fibonacci extension, that is $79. Yeah, so it is a substantial increase for a precious metal, but it will take years to play out. Okay, so this is the higher level target. That is usually the minimum, the 1.618 extension. So if we go into a little bit more detail, let's go to the daily chart. You can see that we then, after that low back in March 2020, we also had another impulse in a wave 1. And this has now come down in a wave 2 correction. There was very long sideways movement, and it's basically impossible to forecast how long that normally takes to play out. This is what Elliott wave cannot tell you. How long is a movement going to play out? So if you identify targets up here for a wave 2, you don't know if that will happen next year, or if that will happen in 2 years or in 3 years. Now, had you given targets here, of again a typical retracement area for a wave 2, you don't know how long it takes to play out, and you will have a lot of fake outs in between. So let's calculate the target for this wave 2 and see if we're already there, if we can already expect a turnaround to the upside or not. So what you would expect for a wave 2, again here, it is sort of this wider area between the 61.8% fib level and the 88.7. Now if we really go down to the 88.7 again, I would question that. We will have first support at $18.63, then at $15.56, and then $13.71. If we go below the 88.7% fib level, it would just be very unlikely that this is actually really still a wave 2. So this would be the higher level target for this wave 2. And we go into the lower level wave count in a minute as well. But this would be the reversal area I would now expect. And you can see we haven't reached it yet. I would therefore expect another lower low coming from here. Then we could emerge out of it. If we go below the 88.7% fib level at $13.71, then it is just very unlikely that it still is a wave 2, and we could then fall back to 1164. That would still be possible to count it then as a 1-2, but below 1164 it's invalidated. But again, it will already get very unlikely below 1371, which would be the next support. And I don't think we're going to see these prices, but I have to mention them. That would be the $8.41 level. Then we would have to fall back to the previous swing lows key support at 841. But I don't think we're going to get there. This is just how I currently see the market. No financial advice. Okay, and let's take a look actually now at the lower level wave count, if we can specify these targets a little bit closer and a little bit more detailed. So looking at this in terms of the lower level wave count for silver, you can see that we are in an A, B, C correction, a little bit more of a complex one, but we can calculate an ideal target level for the wave C in that we take the length of wave A, we add it to the wave B high, and one key level would be, first level is normally the 100% or the 1-to-1 ratio. Now that was already broken, so we go to the next one, which is the 1.618 extension. And that is here at 1677. So this is an ideal level where we could expect it to retrace to. And I'll take that out again. So from that point of view, if I had to specify that in a little bit more detail, I would pick the area between the 78.6% fib level and here that 1677. So however, anywhere in this green area, you can expect a reversal. So we need to be just observing this. I'll keep you updated about this. And as soon as I see an impulse emerging, I'll let you know. The way this is coming down here and the looking just purely at the price action, you can see that we broke here all previous support that we had. And there is just a hole to fill, a gap to fill. We now found support here. But the price action coming up is just not substantial enough in my opinion. I don't think we are stopping here yet. It doesn't yet look like that we are stopping. I think we're going to see here another move down. You can call that even a bearish flag. I mean, let me go to the 1 hour chart. So it would be considered something like a triangle pattern if you look at it from a traditional TA point of view, which you would expect to break to the downside. It's even in a slightly upward sloping channel. So actually a bearish flag that you can observe. And if you see the breakout below the previous swing low here at $19, I think we're going to first see here that 61.8% FIB level at 1860, and then we would come down here to that level at 1677. Yeah, and that is currently my view about silver. It's pretty much in line with the gold analysis, which makes it a little bit more likely, because for gold as well, I don't expect that we've seen the low already. I would expect also here another lower low, and that would be in line with the silver analysis. So if you want me to keep this updated regularly, let me know by commenting. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then yeah, also check out my my main channel, More Crypto Online. And yeah, leave a comment, like and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.